The Washington High Command provided false testimony and false evidence to falsely prove Kimmel and Short guilty of a crime. That alone should be enough to compel the relief sought. The Washington High Command told the Roberts Commission that Kimmel and Short had the same information in Hawaii as they had in Washington, D.C. That misinformation was calculated to do and did Kimmel and Short irreparable prejudice. The Washington High Command, as officers and decent human beings, had an obligation to rectify the prejudice to Kimmel and Short from such deplorable misinformation. They did not do so. That alone should be enough to compel the relief sought. The Washington High Command discussed magic freely with the Roberts Commission in 1941 when an impression could be left that Kimmel and Short had magic. But in 1944, when that was no longer possible, the Washington High Command declared that magic could not be discussed with the Naval Court of Inquiry or the Army Pearl Harbor Board. Clearly, the Washington High Command was playing games with the truth. That alone should be enough to compel the relief sought. Why is Admiral Kimmel the only qualified flag officer not advanced under the Officer Personnel Act of 1947? Well, the Navy Department omitted the name of Admiral Kimmel from the list of flag officers whose promotion was authorized. That would be everyone else, without any reference to his or anyone's performance, constituting a belated special disciplinary action of a punitive kind taken without notice to the officer specifically singled out by such omission, Admiral Kimmel. That alone should be enough to compel the relief sought. The Navy Department's last refuge for denying Kimmel advancement is to persistently refuse to find out the truth by applying an abstract concept of command responsibility to avoid any further analysis. The findings of the Naval Court of Inquiry and the Army Board for Correction of Military Records alone should be enough to justify the relief sought. And this new information compels granting the relief sought. First, how the Navy attempted to have Admiral Kimmel fired from his civilian job after retiring from the Navy. Second, how J. Edgar Hoover and Congressman Clarence Cannon started the infamous lie that at the time of the attack, Kimmel and Short were not on speaking terms. Third, how Hoover and Cannon covered up the lie when Kimmel challenged them on it. Fourth, how Senator Truman publicly trumpeted the infamous lie charge until forced to recant as president. Fifth, how the head of Army counterintelligence in Washington, D.C. tried to blow the whistle as an FBI informant. Sixth, how Justice Roberts perjured himself to the Joint Congressional Committee about the informant's information with the FBI's acquiescence. Seventh, how the Navy Department grossly misled Kimmel regarding the known threat from airdrop shallow water torpedoes. Eighth, how the Navy Department even misled its own Naval Court of Inquiry regarding the known threat from airdropped shallow water torpedoes. Ninth, how the Navy Department grossly misled Kimmel regarding available spy reports. 10th, how the Defense Department withheld information exculpatory to Kimmel and Short from the Dean of American Cryptology for 59 years until last year. 11th, how the Chief of Naval Operations perjured himself before the Naval Court of Inquiry. And 12th, how the Joint Congressional Committee ignored known Soviet espionage.